Hello, everyone. I believe everyone is doing great and awesome. Once again, welcome back to the Dutta Dialogues. And today we are going to learn about common controls, which is the most important topic, and it helps you to reduce time and effort and clumsiness of actually testing the different controls, taking up attestation for each and every control. So, by definition, let's try to understand what exactly a common control means. So, instead of generating controls for individual entities and testing each entity separately with an individual control, you can use a common control and associate a primary entity to it. Then test the common control for control tests, indicators, then attestations, issues, and policy exceptions. Use the test results that are inheritable and implement them on all the reliant entities associated to the common control. So, how do we actually visualize this? How it works? So, for using the common controls with the reliant entities, you have this common control in the middle. Then you have the primary entity which will be linked to this common control. Then this primary entity will have the different other reliant entities like 1, 2, 3, 4, or it could be more. And then it will help you to do the control testing, indicator attestations, issues, policy exceptions on this common control. And this will help you to reduce the time for checking the testing results here, because it will reduce the redundancy of the workforce too. So what we actually do is we mark a control as a common, and we actually are doing or associating reliant entities to it with this diagram. After associating it, all of these results, the result of the common control tests, can be inherited by the other reliant entities, especially when a new system is deployed and pre-validation audits are conducted within the organization or environment. Why don't we actually start looking at an example so you will be able to understand it in a very great way? Well, before we start that, let me talk about a little bit around any control. By default is considered to be as a standard control. We'll see in the system as well, where you have a field called as function, where it will be shown as whether it is a common control or it's a standard control. Okay, let's now understand it with a very useful use case. Let's have a scenario where you have to set up an annual user access review for IT applications. But you know what? As a finance guy or sales team or HR, even I need to be compliant, and I need to do a complete testing of this particular user access review. And if I need to apply this control for all of these, right? So instead of just IT, I also need this control to be applied for finance, sales, and HR. So instead of duplicating this work, so what I do is I will assign, let's consider this primary entity as IT. Okay, we will assign IT as the primary entity. Then we will convert the the standard control or the control into a common control. So this, let's consider this is a control which we had and it was a standard control. We'll convert this as a common control, and then we will add these, which is the reliant entities. Let's consider these reliant entities are finance, sales, or HR. Then what happens is we will be testing the primary entity, which is actually IT here, and all the reliant entities will automatically inherit the attestation results and compliance score. So if you add, let's say, procurement or vendor, third party management or procurement later, then ServiceNow compliance score V2 job recalculates. So there is a scheduled job which is called as compliance score V2. It actually recalculates and applies the same results. So let's imagine what is the outcome. So you have saved time, you have well managed your workload. So you just tested for IT, but you are comply or you are compliant everywhere else. So you perform the testing on IT, but you are actually compliant on HR, sales, and finance, right? So it actually helps you to maintain the consistency across the departments. There is no redundant effort, and we have only one source of truth. So that's the power of the controls, which are common controls in ServiceNow. So it's basically actually will help us with one motto, one objective, which is test once and comply everywhere. Okay, so with that, let's try to understand in the system, in the instance. So for that, let me go back to the compliance workspace, and under the compliance library, under all controls, uh, as I said, we have a field called as function. And if you see here, this defines whether a control is a standard control or a common control, and by default it's a standard control. So let me open one of such control here. Okay, but before I convert this standard control into a common control, which you will be able to do it using this UI action. After clicking on the three dots, you have convert to common. So before we do that, let's try to understand when this UI action is available, which is convert to common. This UI action appears only when the control is in initial states, such as draft or attest. So right now, my standard control is in draft state. Even if it is in the attest state, you will still be able to convert the control as a common control. All right. So when the control progresses beyond the states, then it can neither be converted to a common nor reverted as a standard control. So convert to standard UI action, which we will see just after I convert this control as common control. Then the convert to standard UI action does not appear when the control is common and in the review state. And if you see, when a control is common, there will be a new field which will be its source field is entity. So let's try to convert this. So let me click on the convert to common and I'll click OK. You will get this pop-up which says control successfully converted to common. Now if you see here, okay, before I go ahead, let me tell you one more thing. So if you are trying to convert a standard control to a common control, you need to have this control objective field be populated for sure. If you do not do this, I don't think it's going to be converted as common control. All right, so uh, now the control is a common control. If you see the function field, it says common control. Right now, if you look for a source field, so I don't think it's here, but usually what happens is, so once you convert the standard control to a common control, there will be a source field, and the source field is will be populated with the entity. Okay, so when the control is converted back to standard, the entity source is removed if it was added when the control was converted to common. So what happens is, when a common control is converted to standard control, the entity type and the reliant entity associations are deleted. That means once we have this control as common control, you see there are two different related list has populated. One is reliant entities, where you can add or add from existing control, you can add the different reliant entities. If you remember, we spoke about uh, primary entity, and then we had this reliant entities. So you can click on all of these to add as their reliant entities. All right. See, we have a pop-up reliant entity added successfully to the common control. And if you want to add from existing control, you can click on this and you can add the different uh, controls here. There are different control names here and it has its own entities. So let's say I click on this, it will be taken as travel and expense. Okay, selected entities can be added. Now continue to add. Okay, so we have added the different reliant entities. Let me reload this page. Okay, so we have these three reliant entities. As you remember, I added these two by adding by clicking on add, and travel and expense was added by clicking on add from existing control. Okay, likewise you have as you remember, we had entity types what we used to add at the control objective level. Likewise, you can add a reliant entity type at the common control level from clicking this button called as add, and then you can select. So let's say business processes, then let's add it. All right. So this is how we actually work with the common control. Okay. So one more thing which I really wanted to add is that once you have all of these relationships added, so you can click on 360-degree view to see what exactly is being connected to this common control. So this is the common control, and then we have this entity which is the primary entity. See, the primary entity is payroll because if you remember, this was converted from a standard control to a common control. And if you remember again, a control is applied to an entity, right? And that means the control had an entity associated with it, and that's been taken as the primary entity. And then we added three reliant entities, and then we added a reliant entity type as well, right? So all of these view can be seen over here. Okay, all right. So this has its own life cycle as well. So once we have done with all of these different uh, field selections, so let me just uh, do or fill these things. Let's say tutor, and then what we will do is we will save this. Once we have saved, then we will click on attest. So what will it will do is it will create attestations like how it used to send for different controls. See, right now I have only one attestation been sent to able tutor, and once he takes up this attestation, what will happen is it will be compliant once this responder or assigned to provides the evidence that the control has been applied, and this will be compliant, and you will see all the reliant entities which are these will be taken care of, and the compliance score will be generated. Okay, once we are talking about compliance score uh, uh, calculation, so what is the impact of common control on the compliance score calculation? So whenever an entity is associated to a common control and termed as a reliant entity, there is an impact of the compliance score of the entity on the account of common control test results. So all active associated controls or the common controls contribute to the common compliance score as any other control that exists. So whenever a control changes its compliance status or weightage, the compliance score for the entities is recalculated. Similarly, in the case of common control, the compliance score for reliant entities is recalculated as well. Okay, so let me just take up this uh, attestation. For that, let me impersonate as able tutor. All right, come on, let me go to the compliance workspace. And how will I take this attestation? By navigating to compliance workspace and then this little button, which is tick, and this will give me the different tasks which are associated or assigned to me. Sorry, it is assigned to me. Okay, then I will look at this attestation which I generated for the entity payroll. I'll just click on this and take assessment. All right, control is applicable. Evidence, let me give some evidence. I have added one evidence here. Let me close this. The control has been applied successfully. Then submit it. So your attestation has been completed. All right. I'll just end the impersonification and I will navigate to the compliance workspace again. All right. And then I'll click on this list. I'll go to all controls. Okay, and this was the one, right? It has been attested. Now it is in the review state. So once the review has been completed, so I will just review. This is the classic attestation which has been sent. I will see what they have done. Yeah, and the respondent has responded with the answers, and I will see what has been given as the answers. Once I'm satisfied, what I will do is I'll go back to the control. I will say go to monitor. All right. So once this is in the monitor state, see the status of this control, which is a common control, is compliant, right? And I will have the overview as compliant as well. Okay, and the weighting was given already, so I will be able to see the different metrics here, which is compliance score is 100. You see, I have taken the attestation for the primary entity, which was payroll. However, since I have attested and it's all well, the compliance score is 100% for all of it. So I didn't have to take multiple assessments or attestations for different entities which needs to have a similar control to be applied. So this is how we use the common controls around entities. So I hope you like this video. If you do so, please like, comment,